Are you someone who struggles with letting go? Do you find yourself trying to control every aspect of your manifestation, and despite your best efforts to change, you always find yourself falling back into this controlling space, into this anxiety as these questions resurface over and over? Is it coming? When will this thing manifest? Is it really happening for me? This video is for you because I am going to teach you some powerful techniques to help you really let go and manifest all your goals, dreams, and desires faster than you ever imagined possible. Because there is so much power in letting go, in detaching from the outcomes. This, in fact, is one of the easiest ways to create quantum leaps in our lives. And yet it is also something that most of us struggle with the most. But before I get into those techniques, let me introduce myself. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Why do we find it so hard to detach when it comes to manifesting? I think it's because of the ways we are programmed by society. From a young age, we're always taught how to set goals. Even within our schoolwork growing up, our teachers would always assign us things with goals and deadlines. They would then tell us to take certain action steps every single day. And many of us, especially those of us who were overachievers in childhood, took on this mentality of perpetually taking action for the sake of taking action. Sometimes as adults, this then translates into taking action, but not really even knowing anymore where this action is leading. So when it comes to detaching, we have to learn to step out of this very deep-seated programming, this action-oriented programming, and instead begin to see the things we attract into our lives, our manifestations, not as being a result of our actions, but a result of our energy. This is a very long reprogramming process for many of us because we take that same mentality from our childhood, from what we were taught from parents and teachers, into the law of attraction realm, into manifesting. When we learn about the law of attraction, we treat manifestation techniques in exactly the same way we treated our school projects and deadlines and everything else in our lives up until this point. In other words, we set these goals and deadlines for ourselves, and then every day we force ourselves to take these actions, sometimes even ignoring our feelings in the process, forgetting the purpose behind each of these techniques, the purpose that isn't to take a series of specific actions. It's not about following a formula when it comes to manifestation. It's all about getting into energetic alignment. It's not about finding the perfect process. So that is the first way to detach, to really let go, is to release our perfectionism, release our need to find that perfect law of attraction technique, release our need to follow a certain series of actions every single day. Rather than being so perfectionistic and action-oriented, we need to begin to see ourselves as energetic beings and as magnets, more importantly. Oftentimes, the reason we can't let go is because we think that we create things through our action. And sometimes, even as we learn about the law of attraction, even as we learn about energy and how we can attract through our energy, there is still a part of us that doesn't really trust it, that doesn't really trust that we are deserving of effortless manifestation. And that is really the second way to truly let go, is to begin to acknowledge your own innate worthiness of the things you want to manifest. If we believe that we aren't worthy of something, we will find it very difficult to detach, to let go. Because as we go about trying to manifest this thing in our lives, we will continue to find ourselves trying to push, trying to force it into existence, trying to hold on so tightly. And it all comes down to us thinking on a very deep, sometimes even unconscious, subconscious level that we aren't really worthy of it. By society, we are trained in all areas of our life to believe that action equals results. And this is a very difficult programming to fully unravel. We think that in order to receive abundance in our lives, we have to drain ourselves, we have to exhaust ourselves working a job we hate, that we have to always trade our time for money. We are taught within our relationships that relationships are based upon mutual sacrifice, that we have to sacrifice for one another, and that in fact, when someone sacrifices for us, we are taught to believe that is what love looks and feels like. We have to learn to undo this programming, but like I said, the problem arises because many of these ways in which we are programmed run very deep. They run all the way into our early childhood, ideas we picked up on from our parents that our subconscious mind started recording even before we began consciously recording memories. This is why I am so passionate about subliminal affirmations, because subliminals by nature are designed to bypass the conscious filter of the mind and result in deep, lasting, subconscious reprogramming. I have actually created over 100 subliminals designed to assist you in reprogramming your mind and manifesting in all areas of life. I have created subliminals for relationships, for finances, for general spiritual awakening, literally anything imaginable that you would like to manifest. I probably have a subliminal created for this exact thing. So if you would like to magnetize your energy through subliminal meditation, you can try out any of these subliminals in my library completely free for 7 days. Check the pinned comment or the description box of this video to learn more about that. Another way that we can detach, and in fact, one of the most important ways that we must detach when it comes to manifesting, is to stop taking score too soon. The fastest way to detach from our reality is to stop quantifying it. So often we decide that we want to manifest something, and we begin to magnetize our energy for this thing. We listen to subliminals, we meditate, we follow these very powerful law of attraction processes, and we begin to shift energy in a very powerful way beneath the surface. But we forget that energy shifts first and then reality follows after, meaning that there can be a lag of time between us shifting this energy and that thing actually manifesting in our lives. When we accept that there will be this time lag, that things don't always shift immediately externally, we can begin to let go, to accept that even if things aren't changing on the surface externally right away, they are changing energetically in a big way. The problem arises when we begin to take score of concrete reality as we are shifting this energy. So let's say you decide you want to manifest more money. You listen to subliminals that magnetize your energy for money. You visualize this money coming into your life. You speak your conscious affirmations. You are doing all of these very powerful energy shifting processes. But then, after a few days of this, as your energetic momentum is building, as your energy is becoming magnetized, and that thing, I want you to imagine during this time, that thing is actually being drawn toward you magnetically. It is already beginning to happen for you. You just can't see it yet. But you decide to take score, to check your bank account, to say, I haven't yet manifested more money. I'm still poor. I'm still broke. And by saying these things and feeling this negative way about money, you actually double back on all of that energetic work you have just done. You take yourself all the way back to square one, and then it takes even longer to see results. And this becomes a self-perpetuating energetic cycle where you are shifting energy, taking score, not seeing the results, falling back to square one, and then trying to shift the energy again. And then you might say the law of attraction is broken. But it wasn't broken. You were beginning to magnetize your energy. That thing was actually beginning to manifest for you. All the forces of the universe were colliding and coinciding in the most magnificent, miraculous ways to draw that thing into your life. But because you couldn't detach from concrete reality, you attached yourself to external circumstances in real time, instead of allowing things to shift into what they were becoming. I hope this video was inspiring for you as you go about manifesting all your goals and dreams in life. I hope that if nothing else, you can take away from this video that you are so worthy of whatever you are trying to manifest, whether it's your ideal relationship, more abundance, more happiness or confidence. You are innately worthy of that thing. You can trust that it's coming because of that worthiness, because you have set that powerful intention out into the universe. You don't need to be so action-oriented. Even when it comes to these law of attraction processes, you can simply raise your vibration in whatever ways feels good to you. And most of all, you don't need to take score. You don't need to constantly check to see if it's coming, because it is. You literally spoke it into existence, and now through your energy, it's time to leave space for it to come in. If I resonated with you, I hope you will consider subscribing to this channel, joining our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again in the next podcast.